Clint Eastwood finally tells the truth about James Garner. Clint Eastwood was born Clinton Eastwood Jr.B. on May 31 Street, 1930 in San Francisco, California. He grew up during the Great Depression, which was a really hard time in America. His family didn't have much money, but this tough time taught him to be strong, take care of himself, and work really hard things that would help him throughout his whole career. At first, he liked sports and drawing, but Eastwood's life changed when he got small parts in movies after he served in the United States Army during the Korean War. This was the start of his amazing journey in making movies. Eastwood became famous slowly but surely. He first became well known all over America and the world when he played a mysterious cowboy with no name in 3 famous Western movies made by Sergio Leone. The movies were A Fistful of Dollars in 1964, For a Few Dollars More in 1965, and The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly in 1966. These movies didn't just show off his cool personality and quiet acting style, they also changed how Western movies were made. They mixed tough, real-life situations with the magical stories of the American Wild West. Eastwood acted in a very simple way. He didn't say many words, had a strong stare, and was cool and mesmerizing. This made audiences and movie critics love him. This role made him a famous person that everyone knew and helped him become successful in both American and European movies. After his early cowboy roles, Eastwood tried different kinds of movies. He played a tough, no-nonsense police detective named Harry Callahan in the Dirty Harry movie series that started in 1971. This character became famous for saying the line, "Do you feel lucky, punk?" This made Eastwood's image as the perfect example of tough manly behavior and complicated morals even stronger. Through Dirty Harry, Eastwood looked at ideas about what's right and wrong, being independent, and the problems between what a person believes is right and what society says is right. This connected with audiences during a time when America was going through a lot of social problems and changes. These roles showed he could be both charming and morally complicated at the same time. He created characters that people could relate to but were also bigger than life, making him one of the most popular and money-making stars in Hollywood history. But Eastwood's talents went way beyond just acting. He became a really good director, producer, and music composer, showing he was great at storytelling in many different parts of movie making. In 1971, he directed his first big movie, Play Misty for Me, a scary psychological movie that showed he understood how to create good timing, tension, and character development. Over the years, Eastwood directed many different kinds of films, from the scary war movie Flags of Our Fathers in 2006 to the personal character stories of $1 Million Baby in 2004 and Gran Torino in 2008. His directing style is often simple, efficient, and focused on natural acting performances. This earned him praise from critics and multiple Academy Awards, including Best Director and Best Picture. Through his films, Eastwood has always looked at universal themes like redemption, death, courage, and what it means to be human. This earned him recognition as both an artistic visionary and a storyteller who connects deeply with audiences around the world. Eastwood is also celebrated for his work as a composer and musician. He often writes original music for his films, showing yet another side of his artistic talents. His simple approach to music matches the elegance and simplicity of his movie-making style, focusing on mood and emotion rather than big, flashy shows. Besides making art, Eastwood served as the mayor of Carmel by the Sea, California in the late 1980s, showing he cared about helping his community and being a leader. His political career was short, but it showed his practical and results-focused thinking, earning him respect in both Hollywood and his local community. In 2018, Clint Eastwood both directed and starred in the drama The Mule, a film that marked an amazing return to acting for the legendary actor-director after not acting in his own movies for 6 years. The story was based on the real-life experiences of Leo Earl Sharp Sr., a World War II veteran who, in a very surprising turn of events, became a drug courier for the dangerous Sinaloa drug cartel when he was older. The film looked at themes of getting old, feeling sorry about past mistakes, and the choices that shape a person's life. This showed Eastwood's longtime interest in morally complicated characters and stories based on real life. The Mule was especially important because it was Eastwood's first acting project since Trouble with the Curve in 2012. It reconnected audiences with his powerful on-screen presence while also showing his continuing skill in directing detailed performances. It was also his first starring role in a film he directed since the successful Gran Torino in 2008. This strengthened his reputation for combining personal storytelling with a focus on flawed, deeply human characters that connect with viewers of all ages. The movie was praised for Eastwood's controlled yet powerful portrayal of a man dealing with his past, while his direction kept the story grounded and emotionally interesting, mixing suspense with a quiet reflection on family, death, and redemption. After The Mule, Eastwood continued his productive work behind the camera with making and directing the biographical drama Richard Jewell in 2019. The film told the scary true story of a security guard wrongly accused of a bombing at the 1996 Summer Olympics in Atlanta. It explored themes of media sensationalism, public perception, and justice. Eastwood's direction was widely praised for its careful attention to detail, strong story pacing, and understanding portrayal of its main character, making sure the emotional and moral stakes were fully realized. The film also got critical recognition for its performances, especially Kathy Bates, whose portrayal of an experienced attorney earned her nominations at both the Academy Awards and the Golden Globes. Eastwood's work on Richard Jewell showed his ability to handle modern social issues through the lens of individual human stories, combining journalistic strictness with his trademark simple movie-making style, and confirmed his position as a filmmaker capable of balancing entertainment with meaningful commentary. In 2021, Eastwood produced and directed the neo-Western drama Cry Macho, based on the 1975 novel by N. Richard Nash. The film followed the story of a former rodeo star who had to return a young boy to his family, mixing elements of the classic Western with a modern exploration of masculinity, mentorship, and personal redemption. While Cry Macho got mixed reviews from critics, some praising Eastwood's understated performance and the film's thoughtful tone, while others found the pacing slow or the story too familiar, it still gave the iconic actor-director another chance to explore themes he has long supported: aging, toughness, and moral responsibility. At the box office, the film didn't make much money, perhaps showing changing audience tastes and the challenges of releasing a traditional drama in a time dominated by franchise and streaming films. Still, Cry Macho was notable as one of Eastwood's rare late-career acting projects and continued to show his commitment to telling stories centered on human dignity and personal transformation, proving that even in his ninth decade, he remains an active, influential, and creative force in Hollywood. On December 19, 1953, Clint Eastwood got married for the first time to Maggie Johnson. This marriage would last for several decades and shape much of his early family life. The couple shared the experience of building a home together while Eastwood's career in Hollywood was still growing, balancing the pressures of a rising acting career with family responsibilities. During their marriage, they had two children: Kyle Eastwood, born in 1968, who would later have a successful career as a jazz musician, and Allison Eastwood, born in 1972, getting an estimated $25 to $30 million as part of the settlement. This showed both Eastwood's considerable wealth and the complicated negotiations that often happen when long-term marriages in Hollywood end. From 1959 to 1973, Clint Eastwood had a long-term relationship with Roxanne Tunis, a model and actress. During this time, he had a daughter, Kimber Eastwood, born in 1964. This relationship happened at the same time as his early fame from westerns and the television series Rawhide, showing how complicated Eastwood's personal life was during the years when his public image was quickly changing. Although the relationship with Tunis ended before his marriage to Maggie Johnson officially ended, it remained an important chapter in his private life, highlighting his tendency to have relationships outside his marriage. In 1975, Eastwood began living with actress Sandra Locke, a partnership that would become highly publicized because of both their professional and personal connections. Over the next 14 years, the couple not only shared a romantic relationship, but also worked together on many films, including The Outlaw Josie Wales in 1976 and Bronco Billy in 1980, mixing their personal and professional lives in ways that kept them in the media spotlight. The relationship, however, ended in April 1989 after years of complicated situations and public speculation. During his time with Locke, Eastwood reportedly had several other romantic relationships, having at least 3 children outside this partnership, making his personal life and public story even more complicated. Among his lesser-known relationships, Eastwood had a secret affair with flight attendant Jacelyn Reeves, which resulted in 2 children: Scott Eastwood, born in 1986, who would go on to become a well-known actor in Hollywood, and Catherine Eastwood. Born in 1988, these children, born during the height of Eastwood's fame, were largely kept out of the public eye at first, showing his preference for privacy about certain parts of his family life. After his separation from Locke in 1989, Eastwood started a relationship with actress Frances Fisher, a partnership that produced a daughter, Francesca Eastwood, born in 1993. This relationship, while less publicized than his connection with Locke, further shows Eastwood's pattern of forming romantic relationships with women in the entertainment industry, often accompanied by professional collaborations or shared creative interests. Eastwood's later personal life included his marriage to Dina Ruiz on March 31, 1996. The couple had a daughter, Morgan Eastwood, in the same year, marking Eastwood's continued expansion of his family into the 1990s. However, the marriage eventually faced challenges, and in August 2013, Ruiz publicly revealed that they were living separately. Their formal divorce was finalized in 2014, ending a nearly two-decade marriage. Throughout his life, Clint Eastwood is known to have had 8 children by 6 different women, showing both how wide and complicated his personal relationships were. Despite widespread media speculation and public interest in his family, Eastwood has largely avoided confirming the exact number of his children, keeping a level of privacy that has characterized much of his private life, even as his professional life remained highly visible and celebrated. T95. Clint Eastwood finally opened up and shared his honest thoughts about his longtime friend and fellow actor James Garner, giving a frank look into the complicated mix of admiration, rivalry, and deep respect that existed between them. Eastwood, now well into his mid-90s, spoke with the clarity and wisdom that only decades of life experience and a famous Hollywood career can provide. James was a man of incredible charm and talent, Eastwood said, thinking about Garner's career that spanned television and film with remarkable versatility. He had this easy ability to connect with audiences, to make them feel like he was someone they knew personally, not just a character on the screen. Eastwood went on to describe the rare combination of wit, intelligence, and down-to-earth nature that made Garner not only a beloved actor, but also a genuinely admirable human being. You rarely meet someone in this business who's both so capable and so down-to-earth at the same time, Eastwood noted, his voice filled with both warmth and the unmistakable seriousness of someone who has witnessed decades of Hollywood highs and lows. The actor-director also acknowledged the professional tensions that sometimes happen between stars of their level. We weren't always on the same page, but that's part of the magic of filmmaking, he explained. You push each other, you challenge each other, and that's how great performances come to life. Clint Eastwood didn't avoid talking about specific moments from their shared history, remembering scenes on movie sets where Garner's professionalism and quick thinking saved the day. James had this amazing ability to read a scene and know exactly what it needed even before anyone else did, Eastwood said, emphasizing the kind of natural skill that separates good actors from truly remarkable ones. Beyond the craft, Eastwood thought about the personal side of their relationship, sharing how Garner's humor, generosity, and loyalty left a lasting impact. He was the kind of guy you could count on no matter what, and in this business that's rare, Eastwood remarked, emphasizing that their bond went beyond scripts and cameras into genuine friendship. Finally, Eastwood spoke about the legacy of James Garner and the mark he left on Hollywood and the hearts of audiences worldwide. People remember James not just for his films or TV shows, but for the way he carried himself with integrity, with humor, and with real heart, Eastwood concluded. At 95, reflecting on a lifetime in the spotlight, Eastwood's words offered both tribute and revelation, shedding new light on a friendship and professional connection that spanned decades, reminding everyone that behind the glitz of Hollywood were humans whose impact went far beyond the screen.